Have you ever really stopped to think about what goes on behind the school counselor's door? It's so much more than just fixing class schedules or looking over college applications. It's a whole system, really, an architecture designed to unlock a student's true potential. So today, we're going to deconstruct that blueprint and see what makes it tick.
It's a pretty fundamental question, isn't it? Is school just about cramming facts and figures, or is it about something deeper, maybe about learning who you really are? The answer to that question is exactly why a good guidance program isn't just a nice little add-on, it's absolutely central to what modern education should be.
Because, let's be honest, the pressure on students today is huge. And it's not just about academics. It's coming from all sides, socially, emotionally, you name it. So education has to be about more than just what grade you get on a test. It's got to equip students to handle life itself.
Yeah, a simple focus on grades just doesn't cut it anymore. I mean, think about it. Students aren't standardized products coming off an assembly line. They're unique individuals, each dealing with their own pressures, trying to figure out who they are and where they fit in this incredibly complex world. A school's job is to support that whole journey, not just the part that gets a letter grade.
So, how do we actually tackle all these challenges? Well, that's where a structured, comprehensive guidance program comes in. Its main purpose is to act as a bridge, really, one that leads students from self-discovery all the way to self-reliance.
And here's the key. The ultimate goal isn't to just give students all the answers. It's to equip them to find their own. It's this three-step journey, right? First, understanding who you are, then accepting who you are, and finally, confidently directing your own path forward. Now that is true empowerment.
Okay, so where does a journey like that even begin? It all starts with creating a map. I mean, you can't guide anyone if you don't understand their unique landscape first. This first step is all about gathering the right information to see the full picture.
It's such a simple statement, but it is so incredibly powerful. Effective guidance is basically impossible without a deep, real understanding of the individual. And that's the entire point of the very first core service in our guidance toolkit.
This is what's called the Individual Inventory Service. It's a systematic way of gathering all these different pieces of the puzzle to build a complete profile for each student. We're talking about things like standardized tests to see their aptitudes, school records to check their progress over time, even direct observations from teachers, and of course, what the students say about themselves. It all comes together to create this amazing 360-degree view.
So, once that student map has been created, the guidance program opens up its toolkit. And these are the essential services, the actual actions and conversations that help turn all that information into real-world progress for the student.
Now, these services are designed to work in a sequence. And the logic is actually really clear when you think about it. You can't really explore your future if you don't feel safe and welcome first. That's orientation. You can't make smart choices if you don't know what your options are. That's information. And you can't process it all without a trusted conversation. And that, of course, is counseling.
The orientation service is all about that welcome. A new school can be a really intimidating place, right? So this is all about breaking down those barriers. Things that seem simple, like tours and clear handbooks, they're not just about logistics. They create a foundation of safety and belonging, and that is absolutely essential for learning to even happen.
And then you've got the information service, which basically opens up a whole world of possibilities. This isn't just a boring list of jobs, it's more like a dynamic map of the future. It shows different pathways, careers, training options, even financial aid. It provides the crucial data that students need to start charting their own course. Which brings us to the absolute heart of the entire program, the counseling service. This is where all that data from the inventory and all that knowledge from the information service, this is where it gets processed. It's a confidential, one-on-one dialogue that respects how unique every single student is. It helps them connect the dots, understand themselves, and ultimately build the skills to solve their own problems. But wait, the work doesn't stop there. A really great guidance program doesn't just prepare students, it actually helps them launch. So these final services are all about making that transition into the future. And, just as importantly, learning from how it all turns out.
So, placement is all about the immediate next step, choosing the right class, picking the right course, that kind of thing. But follow-up, now that's what makes the whole system smarter. By checking in on former students, the school gets this crucial feedback. It becomes a learning loop that makes sure the guidance program itself is always getting better for the next generation of students.
So let's be really clear here. A school guidance program is not some optional accessory, and it's not just a crisis management tool. When it's done right, it's a fully integrated, proactive system.
It's the educational architecture that's specifically designed to build resilient, self-aware individuals who are truly ready for whatever the future holds.
And that leaves us with one last big question to think about. Just imagine the impact if every single student had access to this kind of toolkit for self-discovery. How would that change not only their future, but, well, our collective future as well?